cup of tea, a Bex, and a good lie down. That's what they used to say when I was ill, and that's what a lot of the mothers that I heard when I was a child coming out of kindy and out of preschool saying, I need a cup of tea, a Bex, and a good lie down. And it wasn't because their kids were buggers, it was because they needed a new bed. It's been my decision in the last week to buy a new bed. And when I had to arrive at that decision, the first thing I thought, well, what's my main driver for this? And the fact of the matter is I love going to see my chiropractor, but every 5 weeks it's getting a bit ridiculous. You know, he's there, I love to see him, he goes crack, 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 I give him $60. And he says, I'll see you in another 5 weeks. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and nip this in the bud and look for a new bed. So the bad back was the first one. Then there was, of course, the inevitable questions when I did talk to my chiropractor about a bit of advice about a new bed. He said, well, how old's your old one? And I said, well, can't be that old. So I did a bit of the requisite asking of my mum. Was when I bought my new apartment. She said, I'll take the one in the spare room. It's only a couple of years old. I challenge most of us to take a moment and think, how old is our bed? Because the years fly by for beds. Because my mother said to me, oh, it can't be any more than a couple of years old. My mum's 77. And she said, oh, we bought that not long before your father died. That's been gone 15 years. And then I've had it another 5 years, and I'm not a small person to lie on it, so it was pretty habit. The other reason to get rid of it was that I have a lovely cat called Rocco, and it had become somewhat of a bespoke scratching post for Rocco as well. The ensemble part down the bottom, claws in, get a good downward thrust on it. And so, that wasn't looking very nice. And then, of course, my dear partner Andy, his back was starting to hurt when he got out of it, so it was time for a new bed. So then we thought, well, I'll embark upon this mission of finding a new bed, and that's what prompted my table topics for this evening. Picking and choosing a new bed. Overwhelming, to say the least. Coil spring, latex foam, the mirror coil, so you can put your shoulder in, you get the support in the middle. You're with me, aren't you, Lewis? Yep. Stitched pocket spring. So that's no interconnected springs, just a stitched pocket. And the spring lives in and it's only connected by the material. So therefore, if I move, and he doesn't. And that's good. And then, queen size, king size, double bed, some as big as your head. Which one are you going to buy? And then, of course, the cost. And that led me to my favourite shop, which is, of course, for those who know me well, David Jones. And that's where I discovered that the ladies that sell beds are indeed a set of characters all of their own. Because I work obviously in Martin Place for Commonwealth Bank, as some of you know, and I went up and saw the lovely Layla that works on the 7th floor. She said, hello darling, you want to buy a new bed? I said, because I turned up like this, and she said, you need to come and you need to lie down and you need to lie on the side. Has anyone ever tried doing that? I ask you. And so I felt kind of strange because I was with this strange lady who was very, very accommodating, and she'd go, oh, you'll love this one, take you over here. And she walked me over this one, pushed me on the bed. And, people were sort of looking at me, and I, was getting a little bit frightened about it after a while. I didn't know what Layla's intent was after about the 10th bed. And I thought to myself, well, Layla, you might be barking up the wrong tree, And so I couldn't make a decision there, and of course, being a good Italian boy, I rang my mother. And after I tried 10, 15 different beds with Layla and couldn't work it out, I rang Mum. And that's when I, asked a few more questions about the bed and found out roughly the geographical seismic age of it. And she said, well, no, she said, look, and because my mum was out in the Parramatta, she said, don't buy a bed. When you come to visit me on Saturday, I'll take you to David Jones and Parramatta and we'll find you a bed. Well, let me tell you, we went out to David Jones and Parramatta, and that's where we met Lorraine. Lorraine said, oh, you're looking for a new bed, Mum. Yeah, oh yeah, big boy like you. Yeah. You want a king size, I think latex, I think, yeah, oh nice, I've got a lovely Sealy one for you there, very nice, very nice. Oh look, you'll love it, it'll give you years of pleasure. Because I've got my little mother there with her handbag on her arm like the Queen looking and I don't want to think about that. And so then I proceeded to jump on a few different beds with Lorraine, and she was telling me about where I should sit and how they work and what one's going to go like your one, Pablo, where the hump in the middle and what one's going to sink in the middle. And then that one, we were still a little bit confused. My mother, of course, didn't decide to stump up paying for the bed either, even though it's 40% off, I will say, when it was sale. So that led me to make the final decision where I was going to go back and see Layla David Jones in town, or Lorraine, in Parramatta. But when I happened to be over in Caringbah at my partner's place, he said, well, why don't we go to Miranda? They've got a big bed section there. So lo and behold, we went for a drive over to Miranda on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And there we found the opposite of Lorraine, we found Michelle. Michelle, hi, how are you? What are your boys doing here today? You buying a bed, are you? Yes. You look like you need one. Yeah. I thought Michelle had just walked out of a drag outfit. I don't know, but she needed a good surgeon. She walked us around, and she sat us down here, and she sat us down there, and at the end of the day, she said, I know, look, Nora, for the boys, what you need is the Sleep Maker Vogue Lotus Plush. You won't go past it. And I said, well, with a recommendation like that, I really couldn't do anything else. So ultimately, it was the Vogue Lotus Plush for me, with the pillow tops. It looks fabulous, it fills up my room, and I still got that back.
Thank you for that